to Sip, Knit, and
Travel.
Woo!
Yes.
All right. Thank you all for joining us today. My name is Tanika.
I'm Mary.
And you can find me on Instagram at TanikaKnits2, and that's at TanikaKnits and the number 2.
And you can find me on Instagram at MaryKnits2, and that's at MaryKnits2.
The number 2.
Yes.
And
we're already getting off to a great start.
I mean, it's awesome, you know, like, so.
I thought the number 2 was implied, but it could be 2, T-O, T-O-O.
Yeah, right?
I'm with you.
All of them.
Okay.
So you can find me on Ravelry at Tanika2, and that's Tanika and then the number 2 again.
And as usual, I don't remember where you can find me on Ravelry, so we're going to put it below.
I think it's like Molly7941, but honestly, again, I don't remember either, so we'll put it below.
Yes.
She's right. And then you can email us if you have any questions at SipKnitTravel@gmail.com, and
Correct.
that's all one word, at gmail.com.
Yes.
All right, so cheers
Yes.
to you.
Cheers to you.
We don't know what we're cheersing. So thank you.
We're cheersing to you.
All right, so we're called Sip, Knit, and Travel, but we decided to kind of twist it or
Mix it up
switch it up a bit.
Yeah.
There we go. And we're going to start talking about travel first.
Yeah.
We did hear a couple comments about talking a little bit more about our travels, our previous travels. So,
Because obviously, given the state of things, it's kind of difficult to travel nowadays. So we'll talk
Exactly.
about previous travels a bit.
yeah, so about a little less than 2 years ago, we were able to do a family trip to Ireland.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was awesome. It was beautiful. It was a lot of fun. And during
Sláinte.
Cheers. We should have said that, but we
I
didn't.
know, right? We'll have other opportunities.
Yeah. And so while we were there, we stayed in Dublin, but we took like a day trip to both Waterford Crystal and Kilkenny. They wanted to go to the Cliffs of Moher. We didn't have the time, so I cut that from the trip.
I hear that every trip. So generally when we travel, we make a list of places that, of course, that we'd like to see. And we usually, by we, I mean me and my father, usually get hit with my sister saying, we don't have the time for it.
Yep.
And
But
so...
usually I'm nicer though. And even with this, I gave them options. Every trip, because it's always something random. Like the Cliffs of Moher was an entire
Not random.
day's trip just to see the cliffs. And I'm sure it's beautiful. But we weren't in Ireland very long because we were going to other places, and we'll talk about those later.
Yes.
And so, yeah, we just didn't have the time within the trip
We could have finished
to spend an entire day. We could have, but then we would have had to cut out Waterford and Kilkenny.
No, we could have fit those in too.
No.
See, I like to travel in the capacity that, like, when you go somewhere, you fit so much stuff in, and then you might need a couple days to recoup from vacation. Like, I know some people, there are different styles, but I'm in the style that, like, you pack it in.
So we're actually very similar in the styles.
That's true.
And we both agree, but since we're traveling with our family,
That is true.
we have to take them into consideration.
No, we don't.
And we did that on our first trip years ago to Spain. And I mean,
We
like,
did.
literally, it was every day I hit the bed and I was out because we walked so much.
Yeah.
So
I planned that one.
yeah, she did. So after that, they were like, can we just please, like, have, like, a couple down days, like, take a little bit of a break. I'm tired.
Not in my DNA.
I mean, I totally get it. As we're getting older, I'm feeling a little bit more tired. I feel the time change. Like, that jet lag is no joke.
That's true.
So yeah, so I said you had to cut something if you want to go to the Cliffs of Moher, and they were like, oh, well, we can't cut Waterford because my
Right.
mom collects Waterford crystals.
She does.
And so we wanted to do a tour of the plant or the factory so she could see how it's made and buy something. And then since it was on the way, we went to Kilkenny because we heard a lot of good things about it.
Yes.
So yeah, so that's where we went, and I cut the Cliffs of Moher.
Yeah, but so every trip we also try to do, so we all have like our likes. And so we also try to do something kind of educational where you learn about the process of making something. And so as my sister stated, we went to Waterford, and it was just really cool because you got to see them from start to finish and in the process. And so if you're ever out there and you have the time, I would say it's definitely like a must see. You should do it.
Yep. Get on the train,
Yep.
take it down to Waterford. You walk across the river. and go to the plant. I don't think the tickets were that much.
They weren't. It was really affordable. The tour is a couple hours.
Yeah.
And they do make a small percentage of the crystal there. I think now they source it out, but it's still Waterford and same process no matter where it's made. Really interesting though.
I have other things to say to that, but I'm not gonna.
Of course.
But the pieces that are made at Waterford are more expensive.
They are.
I'm just gonna put that out there.
That is true.
Although it's still beautiful.
It is.
So when we were in Dublin,
yes,
we also enjoy doing educational things there and going to see the things that they're famous for. So
right.
While we were in Dublin, we went to Jameson.
Yes.
And what'd you get?
So while we were at Jameson, it's actually pretty cool too.
Whiskey.
Yes, of course, whiskey. Sorry, we obviously SipKnitTravel. Like, you have to do some of that while you're traveling, right?
Always.
So while you're at Jameson, they actually had some cool things. So one of the things is, you know, your handy flask here.
And this is my sad face because mine's at home.
Hers is at home, but we essentially have like same flask.
Same.
But the cool thing is they will engrave it for you. So you can get just about anything you want on there. So of course, my flask had to get my name on it. So that's what I got engraved, and it says Jameson on there. It's pretty cool, you know, also while you're traveling, if you want to have a little sip, swig.
Unfortunately, this is not travel flight proof because it's like 5.4 ounces.
It is.
And so, I mean, but you could get like an ounce thingy and pour in 3, right? And then like let it go through and hope it goes through. I don't know. That's
or just fill up once you get there, and then you already have it at the ready.
Personally, I would just bring a bunch of like the 1 ounce bottles and then like go ahead and fill it up on the flight, like before you get on the flight, and then you can just pour it in your drink.
Speaking of ounces, also at Jameson, they have like, of course, everything that you can get like that they make under the sun. And so that was my chance to get some things that they don't necessarily sell in the States. So I think now they do actually, because you know they've relaxed some laws and things like that. But anyway. So I got this little sample of their black barrel whiskey, and so at some point I'm gonna drink it. Not in a real rush, but you know.
Or we might crack it open tomorrow.
We might, or maybe our next show, and we'll talk about it.
Maybe. So
no promises.
So while we're there, like we said, we love to sip. So
yes.
We also went to, well, there are 2 things. So first we'll talk about the Speakeasy.
Yes. So I have a huge fascination with speakeasies. My sister as well.
Yes.
And so every time we travel, I'm like trying to find and research, and like I spend a good amount of time on finding speakeasies wherever we travel.
Yeah, we love craft cocktails.
We do.
All of that stuff.
We do. I mean, we're trying to make some of them, and we're pretty good, but it's nothing like...
We're awesome.
What she said. But it's nothing like, you know, being, you know, traveling and actually going someplace where actually like a lot of locals are, because not a lot of tourists know about speakeasies, which is, I think, one of the reasons like I love going to speakeasies. But also the ambiance, the feel.
Yeah, every place is different.
Yeah,
and you get to see like what they mostly drink or would like to push to drink in that country.
Exactly.
And their spin on it, because their gin and tonic is definitely different than ours to a degree.
Exactly. And you get like their local flavors too.
Yeah.
So with that, with our travels, we'll probably mention a speakeasy or 2 as well.
Yeah.
So the one that we went to in Dublin, it's called The Blind Pig. And it was like a few blocks from our hotel. And so made a reservation. It was really cool, because I believe it was like in an Italian shop. They primarily sold pizza. And so you go into this shop, and then you go downstairs like you're going to the bathroom. And then there's this wall, and I won't give it all away. But anyway, the wall like basically retracts, and then behind the wall is this speakeasy.
But you have to do other things to get the wall to retract.
You do have to do other things.
Yeah, but it's fun.
Do a little dance. No, I'm kidding. But
no, we didn't do any of that.
We didn't. But it was really cool. Yeah. It was really awesome.
So while we were also there, so when we went to Jameson, we were on a tour, the hop on, hop off. We find like taking one day, it's like where you could kind of sit around, relax, do low key, and go ahead and just like see the sights and go to places that aren't convenient or close by, or you can hit more places at once. So that's what we did. And we went to Guinness. All right. So we went to Guinness, and while we were there, it was awesome. It was beautiful. You got to drink like free beers, and it was a good amount, and you got to take the tour. And it was just beautiful. It was a huge facility. The wait wasn't too bad to get in. And then you go to the top and you get like this panoramic view of Dublin, which was beautiful. And then there's like a bar there, and it was crowded. So we went, we didn't drink there. We went back down and we drank, and which was actually probably better because then we got free drinks.
Right.
But I think at the bar they charged.
They did.
So when we were at Guinness in Dublin, we saw a person walking around with a Guinness shirt, and it said Baltimore.
So you can imagine how we felt all the way in Ireland.
And she's in Baltimore, and we're in DC. I'm outside of DC.
Right.
And we're like, Baltimore? Like, where is that Guinness at? We want some of that.
Right.
And like, how do we not know? Because I mean, we pride ourselves on knowing.
Yes, we do.
And we didn't know.
No, we did not.
So
we get like a D- in that.
Yeah, probably a F. So after that, when we came back, when we came back from the trip, and we'll also include some pictures of the trip in here, so you could see like all the things that we saw and some of the stuff. I don't know how good my pictures are, but we'll work with it.
We never pretend that we're photographers.
Yeah, this is not SipKnitTravel and photography is great. It's not. But we try to do our best.
Yes.
So when we came back, we went to Guinness, and we've been going to Guinness ever since. Love the facility, love where it's at, love the people that work there, the beer, the food. It's delicious. And there are quite a few good things about Guinness.
Yeah.
Do you want to speak on one, or you want me to talk about it?
I can talk about one. So more recently, we found out Guinness, it's near the airport. So even if you're just at a stopover in Baltimore, and let's say you have like 8 hours, you probably have time to shoot on over there and have a couple drinks and then get back to the airport.
It's by BWI.
It is. Sorry. I thought that was implied, yeah, because I live in Baltimore, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, so with that being said, if you're ever in Baltimore, Guinness is near the airport once again. And so one of the things that we found out more recently, because we try to make it over there maybe once a month, maybe once every couple months, depending on how our time frees us up, we found out. So and we said this, with this show, we're going to try to talk more about people of color and how, we contribute so much to this society. And so we more recently found that Guinness is actually trying to do something similar, and that they want to see more involvement from people of color in brewing, distilling, and all of those types of things. So essentially what they've done is they've partnered with Black is Beautiful. It's Nika, fill me in if I'm missing some information, because there's quite a bit of information. So we're actually going to include the links below, because we can't capture like everything that's going on and what they're doing. It's awesome. It's beautiful. We support it, obviously, in drinking and purchasing. Go ahead.
Woo! So Guinness actually has partnered with over 60 Black-owned breweries. They've been supporting across the country, and they work with Black is Beautiful, and 100% of the proceeds from the sales of all of their beers that are produced go to people of color and those that have been disenfranchised. I don't know if that's the right word.
Yep.
Those that have been affected by the injustices of, society and food banks and a lot of different things that help the economy, that help us and promote us. And a portion of the proceeds actually also, I think, goes to education on brewing for people of color.
Right.
Which I think is awesome, because we would eventually like to move into that route too.
Yes.
As well as all the other routes. We have our plan is crazy. But anyways, one of the things though is just that that's only the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah.
They have, and they are offering and donating those proceeds to a whole lot of other places that help people of color. And so we just love it so much.
Yeah.
We support it, and we've purchased it. And I think what they do is they like partner with the brewery, and then they do their spin on the basic recipe of Guinness. And so every beer is different. They have different flavors. This was our favorite.
Yeah.
And we just loved everything that it stood for. So
Yes.
we purchased it, and this is what the beer looks like.
Yes.
So
Beautiful.
cheers.
Cheers. Black is
Black
beautiful.
is beautiful. And they said that they did it also because of the name. So it was only, they had to do a stout because, black is beautiful.
Right.
So.
And they also support local communities. So I know Guinness, yes, it's an Irish company, but I think it's really awesome that they're in Baltimore and they're still helping out Baltimore and communities surrounding it.
Yeah,
so.
This is U.S., this is Maryland, and they
Right.
put a lot of money back, donate. Like when they closed the businesses here because of COVID, you said that their employees were at food banks helping.
Yes.
Like that's how they were continuing to help the community out. So
Yeah.
with that, Guinness, thank you.
Mad respect.
Mad respect. Whoever that guy was in Guinness in Ireland for wearing that Guinness Baltimore, thank you.
Thank you. We would have never found out. Or
Yeah,
it would have taken us
it
longer.
would have taken us longer.
Yeah.
But yeah, so definitely appreciate it. And we just had to put that plug in.
Yes. We don't get paid by them, by the way.
Oh yeah, we don't. So with that, because we found that out, we decided, and we were still focusing on, like we said last time, how we wanted to start moving towards, featuring a black maker or a person of color on our show, because this is our platform, we're able to do that. And so we started researching because, again, SipKnitTravel, we love to sip. We love cocktails. So we decided that we were searching for black cocktail makers or people of color cocktail makers. And so, or alcohol makers, distillers. So we found this one guy. She had to go get the bottle.
Yeah, we keep forgetting stuff over there.
Yeah, so she found this one gentleman. His name is Chef Edwin Wright, and he's a master distiller, and he is actually in Virginia.
Yeah.
And his company, his whiskey is called Whiskey Wright. And this is the cherry smoked whiskey.
I don't know if you
So,
can see that. It's a bit of a glare.
It's kind of like blown out a bit, but maybe.
We'll post it below, though.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know, guys. But yeah, so it has a cardinal, it looks like, on it.
It is a
But-
cardinal.
So
I believe that's the Virginia state bird.
she might be right. I live in Virginia and I don't know, but she should know because she loves birds and having them ring her doorbell and all.
Inside joke, you'll get that if you watch the last show.
Yeah. So with that, I had to go to DC to purchase it. And yeah, so we decided that so the beer is the amuse-bouche of
course.
our cocktail.
Yes.
And our cocktail, cheers, is an old-fashioned
Plancha.
with the Cherrywood smoked whiskey from Whiskey Wright.
Old fashioned is one of my favorite drinks.
Yeah.
I'll
one of
probably
mine as
drink
well.
a few of these, during our shows. So
And this is absolutely delicious.
it is really awesome.
So a lot of old fashions have a cherry. Since this is cherrywood smoked, you can definitely taste the cherry.
you can, and I taste a hint of vanilla. As
Yeah,
well.
definitely vanilla. But then you don't need the cherry. So
Right.
I forgot the cherry, so
What
we'll talk
she
about
said.
that. We're not talking. Okay. Anyways, we'll let that go. So yes, so Whiskey Wright, and we'll put that recipe. Well, we'll show you the recipe after this, the video, and we'll put the link of the company where you can find them below,
Yes.
as well as Guinness, and we'll put the Black is Beautiful links below as well.
Yes.
And also the Whiskey Wright guy has the Chef Wright has a Facebook page apparently.
He does, and I think there's a link on his Facebook page that will connect you with where you can actually purchase his whiskey. And he does other things too, not just whiskey. So check it out.
All right, so now we're gonna go into new purchases.
I'm excited.
Yes. So I was super excited. Stop rubbing it. I was super excited when Joji Locatelli, Joji&Co had
she makes
the
awesome
fanny
stuff.
packs.
Yeah.
So I really initially wanted the Saddle Brown fanny pack, and I was so disappointed within myself because I clearly miscalculated the time change difference, and I totally missed the initial sale.
Why did you miscalculate the time difference?
Because she's in Argentina.
Right. Okay.
And-
Some people may not know that.
Oh, well, she's based in Argentina and we're in DC. I'm in DC area, so Eastern time for
Yes,
US.
yes.
And I think they're 2 hours ahead.
We still don't know.
I don't. I Google it every time. But I think it's 2 hours. So anyways, I was really sad and I was just like, oh, woe is me. And anyways, I was like, oh, well, I'll just wait because it's my own fault and I'm not going to complain because I don't, like, I'm not that person. I'll just whine to myself and be okay with it, you know? That's just how I handle, you know, my misfortunes. So, missed opportunities. So,
I don't know that misfortune was the right word.
It's probably not. I mean, that was probably a bit excessive. But nonetheless, she then had gray fanny packs. And I was quick as a whip. I tell you, I Googled it. I set alarm clocks. I was on it. So, bam, I got my gray fanny pack. And actually, it's like grayish blue. And
It's
I
really
just
pretty.
love it. I actually love it even more than the brown.
Yeah.
So, it makes me so happy. And it just smells so good.
It
And it just
definitely
feels
does.
so nice. And I mean, like, we'll talk about what's in it later. But I love everything about it. And I love the strap. So, you could do a crossbody. But it's also big enough for, you know, thicker boned people to fit around my waist if I want to wear it fanny.
We usually refer to thicker people as thickums.
Yeah,
Thickum.
that might not be the nicest thing, but whatever.
Thickum. I mean, I call myself a thickum.
She's crazy too. I call her that. But
I'm not. My mother had me checked.
fair, both of us. So anyway, so I got this and boop, boop, boop.
Yay! So you want to talk a bit about this?
No, you go ahead.
Okay, so also my sister called me. She's like, you know, oh, he's doing a sale. Do you want anything? And of course I'm like, yes, yes, yes. But so I got something too, but I wanted to wait for you guys to actually open it.
Yeah.
So I haven't even seen it yet. I'm sure I'm gonna love it. But do you want to tell them what I got though?
It's a forage bag and the color is cranberry.
Yes.
So you go ahead and open it.
So this is how it came, because I know some people do unboxings and some people really enjoy that, and I do too. So I'm gonna unbox this for you, even though it's not in a box. But.
Yeah, because it was in a bag and I already opened it because I had to get my fanny pack out.
Right.
It was all about me.
And so here's the bag, which is really awesome. Actually, it's really pretty.
Yeah.
I like it. It's very like eloquent. And
All
so
right,
then she's got her
let's
tag
get
on
moving.
here. See, I take time to enjoy the wrapping, which
But
is
they
probably
don't want to wait.
why. Well, they can fast. No, I'm kidding.
I would fast forward.
I wouldn't. So anyway,
So
you
it
didn't
comes
tell
with
me
a-
about that.
It's a bell pin or a bell progress keeper.
and it's actually really cute.
It's really pretty and it's gold. I love
I
them.
want to show them while I figure this out.
It's just opening. So that's the sticker and there's the pin. So
Yeah.
you can use it as a progress keeper on your knits.
Super exciting. And here we go. Dun, 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 dun. I love this color. Cranberry. It's different. It's beautiful. It's so rich.
It feels
and,
so nice.
it smells delightful. And then this, of course, will patina. And so as you use it more, the leather will actually change colors, if you will. And so
Ooh, and it pops open.
it pops open, and it's really big inside to hold all my knits and my projects. Maybe I'll keep my sweater in here.
We'll talk about that later.
More about that later. But I love this.
I love it too.
Thank you. It's so pretty.
It is beautiful.
Yes. I'm excited, guys.
I mean,
I can't stop staring at the bag.
She almost may not have gotten it.
I'm glad she didn't open it earlier, because I
mean,
would have been very sad.
She wouldn't have gotten it. I would have kept it. Yeah. So, those are the new purchases.
Yes!
See, the rest is kind of going to move right along.
I know, right?
All right, now we're going to talk about finished objects. Mary, do you have any? She's going to be doing that throughout the entire recipe, or this portion. So, last time I said my goal was to finish a couple projects. I am very happy to say I did. My Christmas socks, my Advent socks, woo, I got them both done. Look at that.
Yes, I am no
Look at
longer
that.
to blame for her not finishing her socks.
I was I was determined. I made it happen. They've been washed. They've been blocked. And now I can wear them.
Yes.
I am definitely, guys, trying to get to a point where I have like 31 pairs of socks. So I can wear a hand knit sock every single day because it just makes my toes feel happy. So that is my goal, and I am on my way there slowly but surely. It'll probably take a couple months. You gonna help me?
Yes.
Thank you. In the meantime, while she builds that, the other thing I said...
Am I putting this on here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. I finished my aunt's cowl.
Yay!
Oh my gosh. It's beautiful.
So
it's also washed and blocked. It's ready to be sent out. I held off because I wanted to show you guys first. So, you know, sorry. But anyways, it's beautiful.
That shows you we love you. We're showing you first.
Yep, I know, right? She'll see it and she'll get it, and I know she'll love it. I know she'll love the colors.
She will.
I had to do the Kitchener stitch all the way around. That took quite a few hours, but I loved every bit of it. It was just relaxing. I was just so happy to be able to take the time to knit it for her, and I hope she loves it as much as I do. So, and it'll definitely keep her warm. I'm really sad that it seems like the winter's already over. So she may not be able to wear it this year, but maybe she will. Maybe she'll get one wear before it gets warmer and she can't wear it. The last thing I finished, man, I was busy.
Man alive.
So remember how Mary talked about me last time for having one finished sock? I finished the other one, guys. These are for my grandpa, so sorry my sock blockers are too small. But I left my other ones at home. So. Anyways, so these are his socks. Yes. All right, sorry guys, my storage was full, so the video kind of cut off for me.
Technical difficulties.
I know, right? So I don't even know where I left off, but I'm going to show this again, and I'll cut it later if I need to. So these are the socks that I finished for my grandpa. I finished both of them because, you know, somebody talked about me saying it was a half-finished object, but whatever. I finished both of them, so I'm also happy to be able to, I think I'm going to send these to him, or I might wait for his birthday when we go and give them to him. I don't know yet. Anyways, but for all of these projects, I will definitely put the yarn that is used below, that was used for each of them, so you'll have them, and I'll put links to the places you could get them, or at least a place, or where you could see them, their sites, below here. So that's all that I have. I was a busy person, and I'm happy I finished all of those things.
So as you can see, I do not have anything finished. However, I said to myself, self, Mary, I dare you to finish your sweater in 2 months. Really? Months. 2 months. I'm gonna finish that red sweater, guys. I challenged myself, and Mary has accepted the challenge.
And you'll see on here that I've also accepted that challenge when I say challenge is accepted.
So in 2 months, guys, you will be seeing me with a brand new made-for-me red sweater.
Maybe in a couple weeks when we video it next, you'll hopefully be on that hem.
Or the sleeves.
Now that would be impressive. I mean, I might be shocked. I might faint a bit, you know, but I'll let that go.
Please do.
So, works in progress. Mary has her sweater. I don't know if she brought it.
I didn't. Oddly, we're at my house, but
yeah, this is her house.
Welcome. Yeah, it's not here. You guys have seen it, so I mean, you'll see it when it's done.
Or hopefully we'll see an update in a couple weeks.
We'll see how it goes.
So,
no promises.
For me, I have been working on what's in my bag.
Yes, of course.
My Fanny.
You want me to hold that bag for you?
No, I don't actually. She's got sticky fingers, guys. She's a thief.
I just washed them. They're not sticky.
So, I have made progress on my Everyday Slouchy Beanie by DragonHoardYarn, Tristan Molina.
Made a lot of progress.
I love it. I only have a couple inches left, and then I will start doing the decreases and have myself a hat. So My goal is next time we tape to have this one done. I have to keep myself, like you guys have to keep me accountable so I can get moving through these knits and get all the things that I want done.
Right. That's our goal this year.
Yeah, so I love it. I love everything. The color is Pumpkin King. The yarn is also DragonHoardYarn yarn. So I just love everything about it. The next thing that I am working on is still, my Sakma socks. So, and that is by Tia's Terrific Threads, I think, or something like that. I'm still at the same place, guys. I have not made progress. I'm still on the same first sock, stay at the heel flap. I do need to get cracking on this because, again, I said I wanted 31 socks. Now, that is not my goal this year, but my goal is to eventually get there. And so as soon as I finish these, I mean, that's another one in my sock drawer. So that is the goal. And then my last item that is not technically a whip, but it will be soon enough is, I forgot the name. I think it's like called Kiora. Anyways, I'll put that on the screen, but it's by Tammy Gore, I think is her last name. I'll put that on the screen too.
There too.
Anyways, the yarn. Amazing, beautiful, fantabulous yarn. Lola Bean Yarn Co.
Yes.
I mean, I was a bit extra there, but beautiful yarn. I mean, all yarn is beautiful, but these colors, the saturation, it's beautiful. So, one is actually, I'll put the names of the colorways on the screen, but she had a sale, like a kit, where because Tammy Gore had actually made the pattern out of Lola Bean's yarn, and actually she made it out of these colors. And funny story, when she had the kit, she had a bunch of different colors to put together to make this shawl, which is what I'm gonna make. And I wanted initially the green one and the gray. And I guess I wasn't as familiar with her site as I should have been. And when I clicked the picture, it didn't click the color. And anyways, I got this one. And I was not upset because this is beautiful and this was my second choice anyways. And I'm happy and I love every bit of it. And it's just like, it was meant for me. I was supposed to get this one and not the green because I don't know if I could be more in love, but I totally am. So I will stop talking now, but that is not technically a whip because I have a
person of color too.
Yes, but that is not necessarily a whip. It's like a soon-to-be whip because I have not yet started it. But as Mary pointed out, Lola Bean Company is owned by Adela of Lola Bean Yarn.
Shout out to Adela.
Yeah, and she is amazing. Her platform's amazing. Her site's amazing. Her daughter Lola is amazing.
Super cute.
She is so adorable.
Yeah.
She's dancing to Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson. And I mean, like, I used to dance to especially Janet Jackson.
Yeah.
And Michael.
We'll talk about her fascination with Janet Jackson later.
We might not need to because that's probably on a level of bordering crazy. So.
Her words, not mine.
Fair enough. So, I mean, that basically wraps up what we have. Thank you all for coming.
Thanks.
I am also wearing the Hohi's 3-color cashmere shawl.
Yes.
I'll put the colorways there of the yarn that I use because I don't remember who it was by, but I knit this.
Yeah.
Finished it when I was in Germany and it was just amazing. And yeah, so we really thank you all for coming.
Thanks.
Stay tuned and we will have the video of us making our cocktails. So.
Yes. More to follow. Please stay tuned. And
check us out and we'll be highlighting more black owned companies and things like that too. So thanks again. And yeah, don't forget Whiskey Wright. Guinness has the Black is Beautiful campaign. And it's again 100% of those proceeds. So are going to help. We definitely appreciate it. So thank you all again and we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.